and then our headliner. I think this is just so much fun. Our next, oh, I love this guy. He has one of the most unique voices to come out of Boston comedy in a long, long time, and I think you're really going to enjoy him. It's my pleasure to present Mr. Charlie+Hatton.
Please, once more for Rick Jenkins, please. Very nice, very nice. Thank you. So, like most of the comedians you've seen up here tonight, I was unwanted as a child. Yeah. My mother went through 30 hours of labor to have me. And I'm pretty sure 29 of those were my dad just trying to stuff me back in. All right? I had a shoe print on my back until I was 5. That tells you anything. Yeah. Now, they didn't tell me I was unwanted or anything like that. No, but there were signs, right? There were hints, you know. My mother breastfed me from the cat. It tastes like sushi. Yeah, my father, to this day, introduces me as when good sperm go bad. But the worst thing, I think, is my name. See, I was born in 1970, right on the heels of the Vietnam War, right? And they named me Charlie. My dad had all these army buddies who had just spent years trying to get Charlie. Kill Charlie. Wipe Charlie out. Right? He'd have him over for target practice. Let me hold the bullseyes. Sharpen the lawn darts and they'd chase me around. Pin the bayonet on the toddler, that kind of thing. It was fun. It was good times. But that didn't really screw me up. Now, what really screwed me up is a few years later I realized that if I was born at the end of July in 1970, then going back 9 months, I must have been conceived on the Halloween of '69, which is plenty freaky for me, but I've seen pictures of my parents from that year. And the last image I needed in my head was a spaceman in like an astronaut suit bending Raggedy Ann over and taking one small step, all right? Especially because that year, Dad was Raggedy Ann. Mom always liked the top, apparently. I never knew. Yeah, Dad was tough though. He was the disciplinarian in the family. You know, he laid the law. I remember when I was 12, he caught me sneaking a cookie before dinner, right? And he made me sit and eat 100 cookies to teach me a lesson. When I was 15, he caught me sneaking a cigarette, and he made me smoke 100 cigarettes to teach me a lesson. Right? So when I was 17, I snuck a girl into my room. You know, and I think I kind of freaked her out because, you know, we were getting along and she started performing oral sex, you know. And I said, Dad, I think you need to see this. I'm a bad boy. Yeah, but he never came. And neither did I, yeah. She took off pretty quickly there. And I realize now that was a stupid thing to do, you know? I mean, that was not, but I had no precedent. I had no experience. How could I know? That's not exactly a what would Jesus do moment, you know? I think there's anointing going on already, kind of. If I could turn it into wine, maybe. I'd never leave the house, basically. Yeah, I know, that's bad, isn't it? Every time I tell that joke, God kills a kitten. That's basically how it works. Yeah, Mom was weird too, though. She's kind of a neat freak, you know, always making me clean up, you know, and wash up, all that kind of thing. I never understood, you know, I always wondered, as I'm sure most of you have, why does guys have to wash their hands after they pee? You know, I mean, first of all, we're only using like 2 fingers. I mean, 5, both hands, all right, and a tripod, and I should start again. I've always wondered why guys have to wash our hands after we pee. I mean, I washed everything this morning, right? I took a shower, it was clean then. Put on clean underwear, clean pants. And I remember walking around with my mother as a kid, you know, out on the street, and we'd see like, I don't know, a strange dog, or half a candy bar, or a dead hooker. Mean streets. And she'd say, baby, don't touch that. It might be dirty. You don't know where it's been. Well, now I got one thing in the world where I know where it's been, and it's dirty too. Who makes these rules? Somebody without a penis. That's what I'm thinking. That's basically how that works. Yeah, it was weird for them too. They had trouble explaining stuff to me too. They were very bad with, like I remember I was at a funeral for an uncle when I was a kid. And I said to my dad, Dad, what happened to Uncle Joe now that he's dead? He said, well, Uncle Joe's in heaven, son. And I said, well, Mom says that all of our dead relatives can see me when I touch myself. Is that true? Yeah, I guess. So is that what people do in heaven? He said, well, knowing your Uncle Joe, yeah, probably, pretty much. That's what they do. Yeah, we didn't talk.